Good morning everyone. I hope that you're all staying safe and well. I'm not sure when you'll be watching this, but for me, today is Tuesday the 2nd of February, and in the church we're celebrating a festival called Candlemas. At St David's Church here in the Quay, we've been open for private prayer on a Tuesday morning when we've been able to, and right now we're really missing it, and you. So Alex and I thought it would be nice to bring a short reflection out on Tuesdays. Watch this space. As I said, today is Candlemas, and believe it or not, it's been 40 days since Jesus was born. And in the church today, it's known as a feast day. The Christmas celebrations are behind us, and traditionally the church starts to look forward to those other big points in the calendar, Lent and Easter. The reading set for today is from the Gospel according to Luke, and it describes how Mary and Joseph bring a very young, 40 days old, a baby Jesus into the temple for the presentation and purification rites. Those of you who go to Evensong will recognise the words of the Nunc Dimittis, that prayer of thanks given by Simeon, and I have to admit my personal preference is for the King James Version. Simeon says, "Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all the people, a light to lighten the Gentiles, and the glory of thy people Israel." Simeon and Anna must have been waiting for so long at the temple. How many 40-day-old babies had they seen being brought in to be presented to God? And yet they recognise who the Christ child is. They recognise that in this tiny baby is the light and salvation and the hope of the world. Now, during the first lockdown, I was part of a prayer group, and every evening we'd light a candle and place it in the windowsill to be a visual sign of our prayers and hope in a world that seemed to have turned absolutely upside down. Here in Wales, we're in our third, or is it our fourth lockdown? I've lost track over the year. Anyway, believe you me, hope is that virtue that I am clinging on to with all my strength. But we do have a hope. A truly heroic scientific effort has led to vaccines being developed in record time for COVID-19. And hopefully the international distribution of them will be equally fast and fair. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not an oncoming train as the joke goes. When we celebrate Candlemas in the church, we traditionally all hold candles, and some churches have processions, but what it is symbolic of is light. In our day and age of bright LED lights, a candle might not seem much, but a single candle in the darkness gives a surprising amount of illumination. A congregation holding candles in an unlit church looks stunning from the outside, shining through the stained glass windows. And a small baby, born over 2,000 years ago, shone bright enough to dispel the shadows from our hearts now and forever. God asks that when we receive this light, we don't keep it to ourselves, we don't hide it and hoard it, but we share it. We light somebody else's candle so that they can see the light and that they can pass it on to somebody else. It will light. Yes, there are shadows in life, and sometimes it seems that they can be so impenetratingly dark that we can be lost. But there is a light to guide us out of the shadows. There are lights all around us, and there is our hope. There is a 16th century theologian. He wrote a prayer, Johann Arndt, and it goes like this: "Let the flame of your love never be quenched in our hearts, O Lord. Waking or sleeping, living or dying, let us delight in your presence. Let the flame of your love brighten our souls and illume our path. And let the majesty of your glory be our joy, our life and our strength, now and forever. Amen." Now, this evening in the Quay, we have an online service for Candlemas via Zoom, and you are invited to join us. I'd ask you to see if you can bring your own candle and be a wave of light and hope that will shine out across Wales, across Britain and the world. God bless.